I've never really been much of a stickler when it comes to country variants. If it's made in China or Thailand, I don't care. What matters is the fact that I own a version of the item. But I definitely do have my preferences from time to time. And when it comes to Suki, I honestly much prefer her China variant to her Thailand one. For one very simple reason. The Thailand variant has holes in the wheels. Yes, that's it. That's the entire reason why. I know, it's a super nitpick, but this is something that's always bothered me about the Thailand Suki model cars. You see, for whatever reason, I guess it's just a different way Thailand assembles their cars. Every car they make has holes in the wheels. All of them. They all do, with the exception of, like, Mater. Mater still doesn't. Mater still has his own special type of wheels. But everybody else, they had a hole drilled into the side here. And in the past, it wasn't really an issue. You know, if you look at cars in real life, they almost always look like that because, well, that's just how cars work. That's where the wheel goes on, right? But when it comes to cars like Suki, Harumi, and Chisaki, who use a special design where they have hubcaps that would cover up that part of the vehicle, it's really annoying when they come in and make Thailand variants of them that have to punch holes in the wheels for the sake of production. So, after getting a Thailand Suki in 2021 and seeing this and being pretty disappointed, especially because I have the made in China variants of Chisaki and Harumi and Suki's wheels don't match them, I've been on the lookout for a cheap made in China Suki, a car I never really thought I would get unless I found it in a lot or something, and that's exactly what happened, as my good friend Robin Tailsfighter found a duplicate China Suki, he already had her, among several other cars that he sent to me for my birthday last month, and now I get to have both a Thailand and China Suki. Anyway guys, welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the made in China variant of Suki. I'm not sure what year this is exactly. Most of the cars that Robin found that he sent me were from around 2016 or so perhaps it's Suki's 2016 Cruise in Tokyo release. I'm not entirely sure. As you can see, she is pretty much identical to the Thailand variant, just a bit of difference in expression and printing, just like you'd expect from a Thailand variant. Of course, they always have slightly different printing. Gotta say, I think I prefer the eyes on the Thailand variant here. I like the richer shade for the eyeshadow, as well as the eyelashes being a bit more defined. Although I think I prefer the eye spacing on the China release of Suki. As you can see, this one is a little scuffed up here on the front. Got her pink headlights there. Moving on to the side, you can see those nice wheels, which I really like how they look. Suki, if you didn't know, is sort of supposed to be dressed as like an anime schoolgirl. This is something that it took me until, I think, last year when her mini racer came out to realize. But yeah, she's in like a school uniform. As you can see, we have it says something in Japanese and then Academy with a little school crest. So Suki is some sort of schoolgirl, and her bottom half here is painted to look like a plaid skirt, typical of school uniforms. And I think that's pretty funny. Of course, Suki, Chisaki, Harumi, and Ichigo debuted in Tokyo Mater, where they had these big anime eyes. They were designed to be like anime stereotype parodies. So you have Suki here, who's in a school uniform, very common anime trope, right? And then you have Chisaki, who's like the stereotypical goth girl, and Harumi's in a dress, and Ichigo is strawberries. I'd assume that she's supposed to be in like a dress with strawberries on it, but yeah. So there's something funny I didn't notice about Suki when I originally reviewed her. Perhaps because Thailand's printing tends to be a bit fuzzier, but you could totally make out the fact that it says Academy there. So I'm gonna call him my bad when I picked Suki up back in 2021. Got the nice pink bow up here, of course. And I gotta say, another thing that I like more about the made in China variant of Suki here, I think the shade of white is just better. I don't know, I think it's just a shinier color than the Suki that's made in Thailand. Honestly, Thailand Suki has kind of a weird texture to her for some reason. I don't know. Something's up with the shade of white they chose for her. Anyway, moving on to the back, you could once again see that Academy logo, and she has no license plate. Maybe the skirt is covering it. I'm kidding, it's just how she's painted. But yeah, for some reason, no license plate on her. There is a look at the other side, and finally, there is a look at the base. So, very fun car. We all know Suki. We all probably own Suki. She's out like every year for some point. Mattel, please stop. And in case you're wondering, I don't use Suki in my Cars Adventure series often, but if I did, I think I'd probably stick with the Thailand variant. While I prefer the wheels of the China one here, it is a bit more scuffed up since it, of course, is a used item. So while I'm happy to have both, I think at the end of the day, I'll stick to using my Thailand one in videos. But let me know which of these you prefer in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye now.